to you today with another episode. And the title of this episode today is Relationship Goals. That's the hashtag for the year, last year,
the year before
forever. Relationship goals. So we wanted to talk about real versus fake relationship goals and what that looks like for the average person today. So we're going to start off with number one, and Dan's going to do that.
Yes, number one is fake goals. The perfect person. I want you to know that it is imperative that you don't get with somebody because you think they're perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he has a nice house, he has a big car, he has jewelry, he has rims, he has all of these perfect things.
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing wrong with all of those things, but if you're marrying him or you're getting in a relationship just because you think you're going to be happy because he has all of those things, I want you to know you're going to be sadly mistaken. Because in the relationships, there is no perfect person.
That's right.
He's not perfect, and you're not either. So you got to be realistic about going in a relationship. We're going to have flaws. We're going to have problems. We're going to have situations that's going to come up, and everything is not going to be perfect because there's nobody perfect but God.
I'll give my take on that. Even when it's talking about the perfect person, like, you have to realize that number one, everything in a relationship starts off great. Everything. Okay, I would say that I would even venture to say the first 1 to 3 months, you're not really getting all of the real person. You're getting the person's best foot forward.
Yeah.
Okay,
definitely.
so you don't really have an idea of really what you're getting yourself into, and that's why I would always tell people don't rush into something, because when you think about the perfect person from a woman's perspective, we think about Prince Charming. You know, oh my God, he's everything that I've always hoped for. He writes letters, he writes notes, and you may get somebody that doesn't do that at all, you know, but there's no perfect person. Or you may get somebody that starts off doing that, but later on, because they just did that to get you, they stop, and you know, you're let down. So just keep in mind that there is no perfect person, which leads us to number two.
And Sierra, it's your turn.
Okay, number two is real goals. Everybody has flaws. Everybody has flaws. And so you need to go into a relationship realizing that, like we just said in number one, it's a fake goal to think that people are perfect. Everybody has flaws, meaning that being in a relationship is taking a risk. You know,
it is.
The risk of being let down because everybody does have flaws, and because everybody does have flaws, it's inevitable. You are going to get let down. You are going to be disappointed in one way or another. So you have to, in a sense, count up the cost of what am I able to live with and what am I
able to live without. And that's a conversation that we had. Hey, when we were dating before we got married, we say, hey, hon, you're gonna have to change in this area. And I said, hey, hon, you're gonna have to change in this area. Those were things that we refused to go in the marriage with.
Right.
But even with changing those things, we got in the marriage, and of course we knew everything wasn't not going to be perfect, so we worked through those issues. Some changed, some did not change.
That's right.
I want you to know there's some things in a relationship that will not change about a person, and you're gonna have to just deal with it.
Deal with it, and you know,
you're gonna have to deal with it.
Don't snap their head off because they're not perfect, because the truth of the matter is you're not perfect either.
Right, yeah.
So the same grace that you need is the same grace that they need. So just keep that in mind. So that brings us to number three.
And it's your turn again.
All right, so fake goals, talking about the cosmetic piece only, and how a lot of people get in a relationship because, you know, she has the itty bitty waist and a big old derriere, long hair, and maybe some eyelashes, some pretty skin, no stretch marks, and then she has your first baby.
Yeah, those things change.
Those things change.
And she has your second and third and fourth.
Okay, you understand? So just going in, it's a fake goal to think that cosmetic, that physical appearance piece won't change. In life, when you go through childbirth, I would even venture to say that your body never is the same. Even if you do get back to your same weight goals, you just carry the entire human. So your body has changed. And so you have to love a person past the cosmetic piece and have more in you than you do on the exterior, because I mean, that's always going to change.
Yeah. At the end of the day, a real relationship, real goal is about a person's heart. I'm not saying looks are not important. I'm not saying they're important. Looks should be.
You still should keep yourself up now.
Important. But if it's for you not important, that's great. What we're saying is that in the course of our marriage, 10.5 years, we both have gained weight. I haven't even had a baby. And I done put some pounds on.
Yeah.
So that's just being realistic. You know, things are going to change. The cosmetic piece may change. My wife spent some time in the hospital. Certain things we couldn't do.
That's right.
So, hey, a real relationship goal is knowing that things are going to come, things are going to transpire, but you have to
be willing to change.
Be willing to change.
And change with the changes that come in your relationship. I'm going to add to that. Love is unconditional, you know, and when you have an unconditional love, you don't just get with a person just because of the exterior. You do want them to have a great core, values, morals, goals, you know, systems and structures that are set up where you could actually grow together. And one thing about it, even when we did come through tough times, I still kept my hair done in the hospital. I still kept that exterior piece, even though I wasn't, you know, physically what I wanted to be. I did what I could.
So keep yourself up.
Yeah, maintenance.
Men, keep yourself up. Ladies, keep yourself up.
Still important.
Even though the cosmetic will change, still keep yourself up.
Yes, so that brings us to number 4.
And it's my turn. Real goals. Wise counsel and family boundaries. I want you to know, in a relationship, in a marriage, things are going to happen. You're going to go through trials. You're going to go through tribulations. It's going to be some things that happen where you're going to need people's advice. And it's important to get advice from wise counsel. There's a scripture in the Bible that says wisdom is the principal thing. You want to get advice from people that have been married longer than you. Not your friend that you hang out with and you love her company, but she's single. No, you don't want to call her and let her know all your problems. She probably really wants you to be single. She's probably hating on you anyway. No, you want to call somebody who's been married for years, who's been through what you've been through, and who's gone through what you are going to go through, and also keep family out of your business.
That's right, family and friends.
Your whole family does not need to know your business. You need to find, if you're comfortable with talking to one family member or 2 family members, you know they're going to cover not only you, but they're going to cover your spouse. They're not going to be one-sided. You know what I mean? And if you have a friend that has experience as it relates to being married, hey, get advice from those people. But hey, you got to be wise about your counsel.
And let me say this, you want to not only give people who have weathered the storm, but you want to try to glean from those relationships that are happily married, that are actually thriving in marriage. Because longevity does not necessarily mean health. Because you can be married a long time and it can be an unhealthy marriage. So we're not saying glean from those people. We're saying look up to those people who marriage you want to model, who are authentic people, who are people that are living the truth and not living a lie. Those are the people who you want to glean from. And if you don't have that directly around you, start looking into some marriage material. Start looking into books. Get content like we're giving online and glean from those people from a distance. However you can get the information to help your relationship, that's what you got to do. That's what you got to do.
Definitely.
All right. So those are just a few points of our relationship goals.
Real versus fake.
Real versus fake. Okay. If you don't have our book, Unbreakable Spirits, check out our website, unbreakable-spirits-book.com. You can follow our page, Unbreakable Spirits, on Facebook, and then we're Unbreakable Spirits with the Rivers right here on YouTube. We pray for you guys that you would have a blessed day and a blessed union, and we look forward to seeing you soon.
God bless you.